Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima and I'm Nobin Pradhan with the evening news. The headlines. Centre asks states UTs to take strict action against those who assault healthcare professionals. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally increases to 24,248 with 21,201 recovered persons. Kohima District Task Force on COVID-19 decides to strictly enforce and monitor implementation of lockdown measures. And Father's Day being celebrated today, Nagaland Chief Minister Rio extends wishes. As many states are relaxing lockdown norms, we advise our listeners not to lower their guard as the COVID-19 pandemic remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow the 4 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene, and get vaccinated. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075 and state helpline numbers 70055 39653 and 1800-345-0019. And now the news. The centre has asked states and UTs to take strict action against those who assault healthcare professionals. It has told them to register institutional FIRs against assaulters and fast-track such cases. In a letter to state chief secretaries and administrators of UTs, Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla yesterday asked them to invoke provisions of the Epidemic Diseases Act where applicable to check the incident of threat or assault on doctors and healthcare professionals. He also reiterated that a close watch be kept on any objectionable content in the social media which may exacerbate such situations. Bhalla said concerted efforts should be made through posters in hospitals and social media to emphasize the valuable contribution being made by doctors and other healthcare personnel in the fight against COVID-19. He stressed that any incident of threat or assault on doctors or healthcare professionals may dampen their morale and create a sense of insecurity amongst them, which may adversely affect the healthcare response system. The central government also urged that states and union territories to take these measures on priority and proactively engage with members of medical fraternity to assuage their concerns. Union Health Ministry has informed that fresh COVID cases remained below 1 lakh mark in the country for the 13th consecutive day today. The recoveries registered in the country also outnumbered the daily new cases for the 38th consecutive day. The country also witnessed less than 60,000 fresh COVID cases in a day after 81 days. In the past 24 hours, over 87,000 COVID patients recovered and at the same time span, 58,419 fresh cases were recorded nationwide. With this, the COVID recovery rate in the country has further improved to 96.27%. The active COVID cases in the country continues to witness consistent decline and comprises only 2.44% of the total reported cases. Currently, nearly 7,29,000 people are reported to be infected. The ministry added that so far, over 2 crore 87 lakh people have recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the country. The Health Ministry has informed that 1,576 COVID-related deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the cumulative toll to 3,86,713. Nagaland's confirmed COVID-19 cases increased to 24,248 with the detection of 57 new infections today. State Health Department said 23 new cases were detected in Kohima, Mokokchung 10, Phek 8, Longleng 6, Wokha 4, Peren 3, and Mon, Tuensang and Zuneboto 1 each. A total of 143 positive patients recovered, which include Mokokchung 48, Dimapur and Kohima 40 each, Mon 6, Phek 5, Wokha 3 and Tuensang 1. With this, the total number of recovered cases has mounted to 21,201, improving the recovery rate to 87.43%. A positive patient's demise has increased the casualties to 455. Nagaland has 1,890 COVID-19 active patients. You are listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News, Kohima. Kohima District Task Force (DTF) on COVID-19 in its virtual meeting held yesterday reviewed the COVID-19 status in the district. The meeting was conducted under the chairmanship of Deputy Commissioner and Chairman DTF Kohima Gregory Thejawile. Minister in charge for Kohima District Tongpang Ozokum, along with advisors Dr. Nikisale Kire and Medo Yokha, Senior SP Kohima Kevithutio Sophie, CMO Kohima Dr. Vezokhulu Theo, and other DTF members participated in the meeting. Reviewing the COVID status in the district, the DTF felt that the improvement in testing, positivity rate, hospitalization and vaccination in the district was in view of various lockdown measures implemented so far. Keeping in mind, the DTF has decided to strictly enforce and monitor the implementation of the lockdown measures. In parent district, Tening Subdivisional Task Force (SDTF) on COVID-19 resolved to ramp up efforts to combat vaccine hesitancy and encourage vaccination through a dedicated team comprising of administration and medical department. The decision was taken during its review meeting held yesterday at Tening Town Hall under the chairmanship of ADC and chairman of SDTF, Tening Rositho Ngori. The team will undertake vaccination and sanitization campaign drives in villages where such hesitancy is prevalent effective immediately. Random sampling and testing in the subdivision is ongoing and no new positive cases have been detected. Father's Day, a day for honoring fatherhood, paternal bonds and the role fathers play in society, is being celebrated today. Father's Day is commemorated in most parts of the world on the third Sunday of June. Meanwhile, Nagaland Chief Minister Rio extended Happy Father's Day wishes to all fathers and to those who play the role of a father. He also wished that God Almighty blesses all fathers with good health, wisdom, and enable fathers to be exemplary role models. Permanent Mission of India to the United Nations and other international organizations in Geneva has responded to the concerns raised by Special Procedures Branch of the Human Rights Council regarding India's new IT rules. In the letter, the Permanent Mission clarified that the IT rules finalized after due discussion with various stakeholders. It informed that the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting undertook broad consultations in 2018 with various stakeholders to prepare the draft rules. An interministerial meeting had discussed in detail the comments received in detail and the rules were finalized accordingly. The Permanent Mission of India highlighted that India's democratic credentials are well recognized. It says the right to freedom of speech and expression is guaranteed under the Indian Constitution, and the independent judiciary and robust media are part of India's democratic structure. India will host a two-day summit on green hydrogen initiatives starting Tuesday involving the BRICS nations. The prestigious event offers a platform to share their respective green hydrogen initiatives and views on how to take it to the next level in their own countries. The online event will be anchored by India's largest power producer and one of the global energy majors, NTPC Limited. The summit will bring the best brains, policymakers and major stakeholders from the BRICS nations deliberating and discussing at length the future of hydrogen in the energy mix. Representatives from each country would be sharing respective initiatives undertaken by the countries on utilization of hydrogen and their future plans. And to end the news, a reminder of the headlines. Centre asks states UTs to take strict action against those who assault healthcare professionals. Nagaland's COVID-19 tally increases to 24,248 with 21,201 recovered persons. Kohima District Task Force on COVID-19 decides to strictly enforce and monitor implementation of lockdown measures. And Father's Day being celebrated today, Nagaland Chief Minister Rio extends wishes. And that is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.